Hey everybody, this is Mace1370 here for another cube draft. Hooray! Cube is back up, very exciting. A few cards we could take in this opening pack. I kind of like leading with Grim Monolith. I like the artifact acceleration, just acceleration in general, getting to do degenerate things. Keeps you open in terms of like what color and stuff you can go into. There's a bunch of fine cards like Soren's fine. Strangleroot Geist is fine. I think you can do like a green-red aggro deck in this cube fairly easily. But we're going to take the Grim Monolith and see what direction that takes us in. Alright, Memory Jar is a fun one. Tooth and Nail is something to ramp into. I like Mind Stone a lot. I think we'll take that. It's more artifact ramp. What else do we have here? We have Compulsive Research, good for digging. I don't know if you can really get an Academy Rune stack going around. I know there's a Goblin Welder in the cube. I haven't seen any like super expensive artifacts to like tinker in or something. I'm sure they're in here. But yeah, Tooth and Nail. Tooth and Nail is pretty gross. It's 7 mana, 8, so you need Tooth and Nail and then like 1 or 2 huge creatures and just slam them into play. Can be pretty good. But yeah, we'll take Mind Stone. This is kind of funny. A million Planeswalkers, all in the same pack. Okay, well, O-Ring is a good removal spell. Hits pretty much everything. Gideon is a strong Planeswalker. Elspeth is another strong one. Momentary Blink is fine, I guess. Could just take Gideon. He's probably the best out of these. I mean, Garruk is good too. I like Gideon a lot. O-Ring is not bad either, though. Hard decisions. We'll take O-Ring. You know O-Ring is going to be solid. Alright, what do we have in this pack? A little more artifact ramp. There's Tangle Wire. This guy keeps lands tapped down. That could be good with our artifact ramp, I guess. There's a Tundra, Hollowed Fountain, Hymn to Turok, and Phyrexian Arena, both in the pack. Black Discard, I think, is a thing in this cube. We'll take Tundra. Alright, this pack is a little less exciting. Don't really want to do a Savannah Lions. Polluted Delta is fine. I guess it could help us fix. Could take Serum Visions or like Tragic Slip. I'll take Polluted Delta. When I don't know what I'm doing, I generally lean towards the fixing side of cube. We don't know exactly what direction we're going to go in yet. So taking the sack lands and dual lands and stuff can give you a lot more options later on in the cube. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe artifact rampy stuff is not where we want to go. There's a Vampire Nighthawk here, a Soren's Thirst, and a Damnation. We saw the Hymn to Turok in the previous pack, so we might be a little late on the black train. But I think Nighthawk is pretty good, so we'll take Nighthawk. Maybe black will keep coming. Okay. Well, here's Gilded Lotus. Kind of want to just take Gilded Lotus since we have Mind Stone and Grim Monolith. There's not really any good like aggro black. There's Esper Charm, which is fine, and we kind of have like the color set up here to take the Esper Charm. Verdant Catacombs would be, I guess, another good sack land to get. But yeah, Gilded Lotus seems sweet. Alright, Reanimate is a thing, I guess. Yeah, the question is like, what are we ramping into? Don't have anything yet. Yeah, Sign in Blood and Reanimate are both still here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We haven't seen any good targets to reanimate yet, and we haven't seen any other pieces of the puzzle. Sign in Blood, I guess, is fine. We'll take Watery Grave, again, just keeping our fixing options open. This guy's big. Only 6 mana, though. Ramping into him is not the easiest. I guess we could play him on turn 3, theoretically. That's okay. Yeah, I don't really want any of these. I guess I'll take this guy. Terminus could be good. Compulsive Research could be good. I kind of like Memory Jar here. Compulsive Research is really good too. Memory Jar, we could maybe cast a bunch of stuff with all of our mana with Memory Jar and get to abuse that. All right. Liliana is in this pack. There's also Shadow Mage Infiltrator. I like him. He gives card advantage. All right. I guess we're taking Hikori Dust Drinker. Could have taken Lake of the Dead. I don't really think we're doing that deck. Sure, Sunken Ruins. All right. Gifts Ungiven could be good if we want to assemble some sort of combo-y thing. I have an Esper Charm on the wheel. All right, so I'm not really sure the direction we're going. We've taken kind of Esper colors, but then we also have this artifact ramp element. So we'll see. Search your library for 4 cards with different names and reveal them. And then an opponent chooses 2 of those. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest into your hand. So this can guarantee that you get stuff into your graveyard, but it can't guarantee that you get stuff into your hand if you only choose 2. Oh, 4 cards with different names. I thought it was up to. All right, so looking at this pack, nothing to really ramp into with our artifact stuff. Glenalendra Archmage is just a good value card. Coral Helm Commander is fine. Daze is fine. Could just take Glenalendra Archmage. All right, Thran Dynamo. So at this point, I'm kind of looking to do kind of Esper control, and then our win conditions. I'm probably looking for like an Eldrazi or some big colorless guy to like ramp into. A lot of good blue in this pack. Consecrated Sphinx and Narcolepsy are both solid. So is Essence Scatter and Remand. Necropotence is a card as well, I guess. Do we want any of these lands? Marsh Flats could be good, I guess. We'll take the Sphinx. What do we have in this pack? Entreat the Angels. So if we get a ton of white, we can kind of ramp into a bunch of angels with this card. Seems a little bit awkward. We have Visara the Dreadful. Just another big fat 6-drop to plump down. Could just take it. There's also Revelark. Not excited about that. We don't have too many cheap creatures. I don't know how good Entreat the Angels is. I mean, I guess it's real good if you miracle it. It's kind of just blank to Wrath, and there's a lot of Wraths in this format, so I'll take Visara. I mean, I guess most creatures are blank by Wrath, but it seems like that requires a lot more setup, and so Wrath would be a lot more devastating if they just Wrathed in response. Okay, Upheaval I like a lot. That Sublime Archangel is also really strong. I would like Scrubland as well. But yeah, Upheaval is pretty sweet. I mean, we can generate a ton of mana with our stuff and then Upheaval and replay a few things. Seems pretty solid to me. So I'm definitely taking Upheaval here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if like any of these are going to wheel. Maybe Thoughtseize or something, or maybe Lotus Bloom. Okay, All Is Dust would be another potential thing to ramp out. I guess less exciting just to ramp into a Wrath and kill their dudes. Could take a Basalt Monolith. Could take an Apocryphite. Let's do a cost sort. I'm kind of leaning towards Apocryphite just to get like an early guy down. And I think we have enough artifact ramp at this point. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't really need to take the Basalt Monolith. Yeah, we'll take Apocryphite. Okay, probably just taking Bone Shredder here. He's a good value card. Dimir Charm is fine, I guess. Engineer Explosives, also okay. Alright, Detention Sphere is probably good. What is this? Legacy's Allure. Counter on it, gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of counters. That's alright. Black Sun Zenith, the Big Fat Wrath. Geist of Saint Draft, sorry. Probably better in like a more aggressive deck. We have a bounce land. I'll take Detention Sphere. Alright, Coral Helm Commander came back around. Could take him. He becomes a pretty big body fairly fast. There's also Daze. I kind of like Daze. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, I guess I do have the mana to pump him up quickly. So he's a threat. Sure, we'll take Coral Helm Commander. And probably into the Royal. Could take Misty Rainforest. Misty's actually pretty good because it grabs our Watery Grave and our Tundra. Yeah, Into the Royal is not terrible. I'll take the Misty Rainforest. Okay, so it looks like blue is pretty open. Probably taking Narcolepsy. Tendrils. I don't know how many swamps we're going to have. I don't think we're doing the Living Death thing. Could take Delver. We'll take Tendrils. I don't know. Maybe we'll play more swamps. And I guess Putrid, I'm sure. We're not really doing the Reanimator thing, but that's fine. Turnabout has neat synergy with our artifact, so I like Turnabout. Probably not playing Hikari Dustdrinker. I think we're angling more towards like a teeny bit of white and more black, blue. Okay, ew, so Forward Vortex is kind of scary. There's a lot of red in this pack. We probably just want Looter. He seems good to me. He comes down early and he filters our hand, which is nice. Ancient Tomb is also reasonable. Okay, this is a little more like it. We have a couple huge things to ramp into. I also have Near Battle Sphere, which probably is better for us. Getting triple white might be hard for us, which is a little unfortunate since these guys are both pretty rad to ramp into. Show and Tell. I don't know if we want to Show and Tell, really. I think we want Mere Battle Sphere. It's pretty sweet. Deep Analysis could be nice on the wheel, and I don't know, maybe one of these will wheel. All right, what do we have in this pack? Not a ton. Inquisition of Kozilek. Frost Titan is fine. This is just a generically good flyer. So Frost Titan versus Linvala, I guess. Interesting. We have a number of big 6-drops, so I don't know if we need another one. I don't know if we need a random flyer though, so I guess we'll take this. Armageddon, don't really want Armageddon. Yeah, this pack is kind of disappointing. There's Blue Elemental Blast, which I guess could be good on the sideboard. We're not playing Prophetic Bolt. We could just take probably Adhikar Waste, fix our mana a little bit better. It's that or Arcane Sanctum. I think Waste is probably better since it comes into play untapped. Alright. Okay, so there's Everflowing Chalice and Sphere of the Suns. There's also Frantic Search. Drowned Catacombs. Face Fetters is decent removal. We have a few removal spells. I don't know if we really need Face Fetters. So either Sphere of the Suns or Everflowing Chalice. Probably just the Chalice. Frantic Search could be good too. I don't know if we're playing Gifts Ungiven actually. Go ahead and hide that probably. Yeah, sure, Everflowing Chalice. Ooh, that's a Nicol Bolas. Yeah, and we could maybe play Nicol Bolas. We need a way to fix red. Man, I still want to make this work. I mean, there's Sphinx's Revelations, which is great. But We have like Gilded Lotus, which helps with Bolus a lot. And if we could just get like 1 or 2 red sources, man, I wish I'd taken that Sphere of the Suns now. Ooh, I so want to do this. I think we're doing it. Cube is all about having fun, in my opinion. All right, probably not going to play Obsidat. It's kind of hard for us to cast with the double white. Could just take Wrath. We might need a Wrath, to be honest. Wake Thresher's not bad. I guess this has double Wrath too. Alright, Sulfur Falls. This helps us with Nicol Bolas. I am on board. I don't think we need any of these. Alright, what do we have in this pack? Another Fixer Land, and then a bunch of red spells we don't care about. Apparently red was wide open. Yep, sure, another Fixer Land. Okay, well, a Chromatid Wheel. I think we have enough expensive things. We could take Willbender. Seems kind of slow. Could take Floodplain. Also seems kind of slow. I think Deep Analysis is fine. Yeah, nothing here. I guess Thrun would be a problem for us, so we'll take it. Ooh, this works out pretty well. Taking Steam Vents for sure. Our sack lands, Polluted Delta finds it. Misty Rainforest finds it, which is awesome. So yeah, that makes casting Nicol Bolas way easier. Alright, could take Aven Mind Sensor or Drowned Catacombs, taking another land. Wow, this wheel, that's pretty sweet. I wasn't expecting it to, and I really wanted it. And I got greedy and I took Nicol Bolas, and we're getting Obsidat too. So all sorts of good things. So we have plenty of super powerful cards. I'm not really sure what direction we're going to go here when we make this deck. But we have lots of good fixings, so I think we can do some good work here. Okay, so we'll start with blue. I think I definitely want these. I'm not so sure about Coral Helm Commander. Deep Analysis is, I guess, like, card draw is nice. That has value. Yeah, I guess the question is, like, this card seems kind of like mid-rangey. I don't know if we're really doing the mid-rangey thing. Turnabout seems nice. Nighthawk is, yeah, maybe we don't want that much black actually. Interesting. Esper Charm, I kind of feel like obligated to put this in since we're playing Esper, but I mean, you can draw 2 cards, which is nice, and I guess you can make them discard. I don't know if we want that in Deep Analysis in the deck, though. Alright, here's a pile if I've ever seen one. So, what is Nighthawk doing in the deck? Also, Frost Titan is a little awkward. I guess I kind of prefer Frost Titan to something like Obsidat, just because Obsidat's really hard for us to ramp into. I mean, I guess it's just a very solid card if you just play it out on turn 5. And we probably have the fixing to do that, but we won't really be able to ramp into it since most of our artifact ramp doesn't produce colored mana. So I guess we're just doing this. Okay, and now for the lands. Definitely putting all of these. Man, we're gonna get like super hosed to Price of Progress. That is for sure. Right. Put these over here for now just so I can inspect the land situation. So we have 2 blue-reds. Doesn't let me do that. Put the sack lens over here. Here's a blue-black. Here's a blue-black. Here's another sack. Here's a blue-black and a blue-white. Blue-white and blue-white. And then these pretty much search up Watery Grave, Tundra, and Sulphur Fall, or Steam Vents. Yeah, Steam Vents. And I think we're base blue, so this gives us 3 red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources. 1, 2, 3, or sorry, 5 white sources, and then 5 black sources. Alright, so 6. Yeah, we're definitely mostly blue. Alright, I guess we're doing it this way. Now, we can probably take out an island and put in a swamp. Just because pretty much all of our lands make blue in some capacity. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, on to game 1. Oh wait, we get 1 more land, I guess. We'll add in 8 planes.